Okay, so this is our first class about irrigation. So we are starting from the irrigation chapter, okay, water management. And because why I'm starting from this means most of the question used to come from irrigation management part, okay. And at the beginning we are going to start irrigation history, because there is a say that if you want to know something better of thing or any object, then you should start from the history of that place or history of that thing, okay. So let's know about it. So in irrigation, if we'll see, there is a two term which have to come always. Okay, that is water management. Okay, and irrigation management. Okay, irrigation chapter. So both are synonyms. It is used. So the basic term is used is water management. Okay, so we have to manage the water. Okay, so why we will manage the water? The question is why we will use, manage the water, because see, if it will be huge, if it will be huge, or we can say more, then what will happen? If it is less, then what will happen? Okay, so first thing is we have to see the constants, what is happening, then we will think about the management. Yes or no? When there will be any problems or any constraints we will face, then only we will think about the solution of that problem. Yes or no? So in water management, we will manage the water. So obviously, water is creating some problems, or it is becoming the factor of anything. So that anything is obviously our yield. As an agronomist, you should always think about the yield economic point of view, and you should think that you should reduce the cost of cultivation, COC. You have to reduce the COC and you have to improve the yield. So for that yield, there are many factors are involving, and water can be the factor. It can be a good factor or it can be a bad factor. Yes or no? So when it will be a good factor, when you are applying the water in optimum, you are applying the water in optimum quantity, so it will be a good factor. Suppose if you are applying more than the optimum, then it can be a bad factor. How? I will tell you. For example, there is a crop called maize. We are having maize crop. Okay, so around 600 of water is required for the maize. Yes or no? So if I'll supply the water and that water will be withstand in the maize field, then what will happen? The maize plant may die. The maize plant may die because maize cannot withstand the waterlogged condition. Yes or no? It cannot withstand. So the maize plant will die. So then this water can be a bad factor for the maize crop. But in case of rice, in case of rice, the rice can withstand the waterlogged condition. So there it is a good factor. Understood? So where we have to manage the water, that we should know. And how we will come to know that? By reading or by knowing that crop character. Then only we can go for the management. So basically the water management leads to improve the water productivity. To improve the water productivity, and the second one is to conserve the water. So water productivity means what? Water productivity means, for example, you are having 100 of water. Suppose you are having 100 of water, and I told you to grow the green gram crop. I told you to the grow green gram crop. So you are having 100 of water. So you are having 5 students. I have gave you each one of us 100 water. I told you to improve the water productivity. So one student did utilize whole 100 mm and grown, for example, 1 kg green gram. Another one utilized 80 mm of water and same 1 kg. Someone used 50 mm, still 1 kg. Okay, so whose productivity is more? This one. So that students utilize less water and gain more yield. So she or he is having more productivity than the others. So water productivity means in the utilization of unit of water, how much yield you are getting. That is the most important thing. Obviously, you should remember. So the water management is the first point is to improve the water productivity. हमको बहुत ही कम पानी यूज करना है. We have to use the less water and you have to gain the more yield. That is called the water productivity. And obviously to conserve the water, because the water scarcity is used nowadays, so we have to conserve the water. We should not let it go like a float. Okay, we should not let it go like a float. We should conserve the water. Understood, everyone? Then there are two important terminologies that are associated with the water management. One is irrigation and one more is drainage. Okay, see, when we are studying about water management, we should remember that about the only irrigation. But why drainage? I told you there are some bad factor. Yes or no? There are some bad factors. So when water will be more, then we should remove that water. That is called as drainage. Okay, so as you know, irrigation means the artificial application of water to the soil that you have already studied in the UG. Okay, so if we'll see, there is a complete definition of irrigation. Like three things I will tell you. One is why you are applying, then how you are applying, and what you are applying, and how much you are applying. Okay, so if we'll combine these four, then you can write the definition of irrigation. So first is how you are applying. It's a artificial method. Okay, so in which method you are applying, how you are applying, why you are applying, any purpose. What is your purpose for the applying irrigation? That is for crop growth. That is for crop growth or crop production in supplement to rainfall and groundwater contribution. Because when you are growing a crop in the open field condition, obviously there will be rainfall, obviously there will be groundwater contribution, because that is already omnipresent. Groundwater contribution is the omnipresent, obviously that will be there. So in addition to that, when you are applying some amount of water to the crop for the purpose of crop growth and crop production. For example, I am growing wheat in my field. Groundwater will be there, rainfall will be there. So in addition to that, to meet the ET demand or water demand of the crop, I supplied some amount of water through drip or through sprinkler. That is called irrigation. Understood? So obviously the optimum aim, the ultimate aim is to improve the yield. That is the ultimate aim. Understood? Then suppose we have applied water more than the required. Suppose we have applied the water more than the required. Then what will happen? That water will create it can create the problems. For example, as I told you, suppose we have applied water in the maize and it will create the waterlogged condition. So what will happen? The maize plants may die. So ultimately we have to remove those excess amount of water from that field. Means from the root zone, from the effective root zone. Suppose this is the soil layer and we have grown the plant, and this the region is called as a effective crop root zone, ECRZ. Okay, so the effective crop root zone, obviously some 1 cm from the root, 1 mm to 1 cm will be only the effective crop root zone. After that, there is no relation with the soil of the plant. Okay, from root 1 mm will be enough. Okay. So in that zone, obviously the plant has to aerate properly. The plant will be, or the plant roots will be required oxygen. Okay, means aeration. Okay, so to maintain the aeration, we have to remove those water. As you know that in the soil, 25% water and 25% air is there. Yes or no? So suppose, so if 100% or 50% will be water, then there will be no air. Yes or no? So once we are seeing the water law condition, it means there is no air. Okay, so we have to remove those excess amount of water to supply the air to the plant. Okay, so why air is required? As you know, so for living. Okay, for example, suppose someone will dip our head in the water, so what will happen? Will be like dying. Yes or no? So similar condition will be occur with the plant as well. Okay, if that plant cannot withstand the water law condition, then same condition, same situation will be occur with the plant as well. So we have to remove those excess amount of water as well as the salts incorporated in that. Okay, so drainage means is not only remove the excess water as well as salts, which also creating a salt balance in the effective product, because we have to maintain the balance, salt balance in the ECRZ. Understood everyone? So there are two important terms. One is irrigation and drainage. So whoever will ask you about water management, you will tell that there are two terms, that is irrigation and drainage. Irrigation means artificial application of water. Why you are giving? For the crop growth and crop production in supplement with the rainfall and groundwater contribution. Drainage, removal of excess water as well as salts to maintain a salt balance in the ECRZ. Understood? Next is our irrigation history. Okay, so there are a lot of history are present of irrigation. So during Sumers, okay, during Sumerians time, they have actually developed the irrigation concept. Okay, as they have faced one drought condition, so because of that they have developed the irrigation concept, irrigation methods. Okay, so there are a lot of irrigations are there, like prehistoric, medieval, and ancient. Many are there. So out of that, if we'll study, okay, out of that, if we'll study, it will be a huge. So out of that, I have collected some points those used to come in the exam, and more frequently we can see in the exam. So the Grand Anicut, okay, the Grand Anicut, that is called as Kalani, constructed across the river Kaveri, okay, is an outstanding example for the irrigation work by Chola king, the great Karikala Cholan during 2nd century. Okay, so this is the exact statement they used to ask in the exam. Okay, as you know that NT is asking statement based question. So Chola king, okay, this is the concept. Grand Anicot Chola king. This thing only you have to remember, and when on which river? That is on Kaveri river. Grand Anicot, Kaveri, Chola king. These three things you have to remember for this statement. Next is early Mauryan kings like Samudragupta and Ashok took great interest in the construction of wells and tanks. समुद्रगुप्त एंड अशोक का टाइम में क्या हुआ कि उन्होंने वेल्स एंड टैंक्स को बहुत ही मायने दिए. दे गेव मोर इंपोर्टेंस टू द वेल्स एंड टैंक्स. ओके, एंड द अपर गंगा कैनल, Krishna and Godavari delta system, Mattur and Periyar dams are the great irrigation structure built by the British rulers. So as you know that we have been under we lost the independence, okay, when the Britishers has been ruled us. So during that time they've also developed many dams, and they have built a great irrigation structures at that time. So they have among them like more important is Upper Ganga Canal, Krishna and Godavari delta system, Mattur and Periyar dam. Periyar dam is present in where? Kerala. It's a very important question. Also came in the last time, I think. So after independence, means after 1947, irrigation activities have been accelerated, and number of multi-purpose river valley projects like Vakranangal in Punjab, Tungabhadra in Andhra Pradesh, Damodara Valley in Madhya Pradesh were established. Okay, so there are some important points you should remember and some important irrigation projects. And during early Mayo tenure, what is happened? So you should ask that in which under that king time or time, what is happened? What is the biggest change occurred? So during early Mayo tenure, new irrigation canal was constructed at Aligarh. Okay, it has been changed to some like which god? Some traditional name they have given, like some Hindu god name they have given. Aligarh has been changed recently. Okay, Sarda Canal at UP, and for the first time he introduced compulsory water charge collection. This is the important points of this early maintenance. First time water charge has been uh, implemented. Okay, means if you use the water, then you have to pay some money. So that has been introduced during early Maya tenure. Okay, and during Lord Curzon's tenure, establishment of first irrigation commission, that is 1901. Okay, this is the one of the most important question you will ever see, because most of the time, whether it is a general agriculture or agronomy or any other exams, first irrigation commission, they should ask the year and also in which year it has been passed, that is 1903. Okay, and we need to tell Lord Curzon's time is the golden time. We need to tell it's a golden time of agriculture. And during 1905 AD, triple canal project has been occurred in India: Upper Jhelum, Upper Bariboda, and Upper Chenab. Judicious use of surface and groundwater was stressed for the first time after 1905. In Sir Gangaram's constitution after 1926 onwards, वो उन्होंने क्या किया था? He promoted the lift irrigation and major watershed reclamation in undivided Punjab was among notable contribution. So in during ancient time, there are many methods like water lift system. For example, our swing basket, one method is there. Picota, one method is there. Moat and Persian wheels. There are four water lift, ancient water lifts irrigation systems were there. Swing basket means two people will be there and they will be one bucket will be there and it will be tied with the rope. Okay, so they will be doing like this. Both the side equal power will be there and there will be water source will be there. They will be dipping and they will be throwing. So like this. If you have seen the movie recently has been come, Tiger Nageswar Rao. If you have seen that movie, then there is a scene of the swing basket system. Okay, swing basket irrigation method system. So if you have not seen that movie, then please visit that movie, and it's a very nice movie. And you will see the picture of the ancient India. That is the most important. Why I'm telling means we will see a ancient picture of the ancient India, and you'll see some methods of swing basket, how they are using. And there is a method called a picota. Okay, it's we called it in Odia. It is penda system. Okay, it is penda system means like one well will be there. Okay, and inside the one bamboo structure will be there, and at the end of the bamboo they will be giving some bucket or anything that will be go down to the well, and it will collect the water and it will be turned and it will be live in the field. Okay, that is picota system. Moat is also similar to the picota, but here one animal will be dragging that. Okay, picota is a manual system. Persian wheel, if you have seen the movie Thugs of Hindustan, okay, there is a movie Thugs of Hindustan. So in that movie, they have used this. Okay, in that movie they have used Persian wheels. Okay, there will be wheel structure and they attached with the buckets of some capacity 5 to 7 liter. Okay, and it will be rotating, and to that one animal will be rounding. Okay, one animal will be rounding and the water will be collected in a point and it will be coming to the field. It's ancient water lift methods. They are like engineers. Okay, they are like engineers. Okay, so these are the methods. Previously it was utilized. Now it has been changed to other methods, like we have many developed methods like drip, sprinkler and all. So during Sir Gangaram's time, he has promoted this lift irrigation and major watershed reclamation projects. And most renowned one was the renal irrigation scheme. He developed renal irrigation scheme. And during fourth 5-year plan, second irrigation scheme was proposed, that is 1969, and passed on 1972. This is also most important. And decline in groundwater and salinity or alkalinity problems were noticed first. Then coming to the world water resources. Okay, so the first statement what I have written here is came last year exam. Okay, according to the UN estimates, the total amount of water on earth is about 1400 million cubic kilometer, which is enough to cover on earth with a layer of 3000 meter in depth. Okay, so as you know that in world our 3% or 3/4 is land and 1% is only water. Again, in that water, okay, our 97%, almost 97 is sea. Okay, 3% is fresh. Okay, you can see here. Earth's water, saline is 97% and 3% only fresh water. Again, from that fresh water, 68.7% is ice caps and glaciers, only ice. And only 30.1% is groundwater and 0.9% is surface water. 0.9%. Out of that 0.9%, lakes 87%, okay, lakes 87%, swamps 11%, and rivers 2%. So we are utilizing water from these rivers or lakes. Okay, so it is hardly less than 1% we are utilizing the water, and there are a lot of water has been in sea only. Okay, so there are many projects has been come up now to how we are utilizing the seawater. The seawater is coming, we are reducing the salt balance and you are using as a fresh water. So that project has been already come up. Okay, and still many more has to come so that we will not face the water problem in the future. Okay, and total water on earth, this is a simplified graph. Okay, you can either you can follow this or this, both are almost same. Okay, then coming to the India's water budget. Okay, we, as you know that total geographic area is 328 million hectare, that is 2.4% of the total world area, total world land. Okay, and average annual rainfall is 1190 mm. So in million hectare meter, if we multiply the both, we will get the 392 million hectare meter, that is total precipitation. If I'll tell contribution from the snowfall 8 million hectometer, so we are having total precipitation almost around 400 million hectometer. If we leave the contribution of snowfall, then this is the exact precipitation you will get. Okay, sometime you should read the question along with the snowfall or by leaving the snowfall, they are asking the question. Okay, so as you know, though, the rainfall below 2.5 mm will be not considered water budgeting, because more than 2.5 mm is the rainy day. We are calling it as a rainy day. More than 2.5 mm is a rainy day. That is including the water budgeting. So on an average, we are having around 130 rainy days in a year in the country, out of which the rain during 75 days considers effective rain. That is our August and September almost. Okay, July, August and September, these 3 months I used to get more rain. Okay, so almost around 75% we are dependent on monsoon only. So no, monsoon, Indian monsoon, we are dependent on 75%. Northeast, that is exceptional, they are getting more rainfall. In around a year also some places are there, they used to get the rain. So no, and it is estimated that out of 400 million hectare meter of annual rainfall, 70 million hectare meter is lost atmosphere, means when precipitation will be occur, so some amount will be lost directly, they will be evaporate to the atmosphere and transpiration. Then about 115 million hectometer flow as a surface runoff, and 215 million hectometer soaks infiltrates into the soil profile. So they should ask this question, okay, how much water has been infiltrated, and it will be act as a soil profile. Okay, so this is the complete flow chart. Out of 400 million hectometer, 215 will be infiltrate, 70 will be direct evaporate, and 115 will be runoff. And out of that 215 million hectometer, soil moisture is 165. So this is the final structure. And groundwater will be 50 million hectometer. And this 115 million runoff, that will be 105 from rainfall and 10 from the snowfall. So this flow chart you should remember. This is most important. And coming to the irrigation projects present in the India, okay, I have a tick mark the important word like Nagarjuna Sagar present in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Ukai project is present in Gujarat and Sabarmati, Gujarat. Okay, and Krishna Raj Sagar, they just ask the question, Karnataka, Tungabhadra Karnataka, Ghatprabha Karnataka, Malprabha Karnataka. Okay, and Idduki, that is Kerala. Okay, and Ramganga UP, Pong Dam. This Pong Dam is came in ARS net. ARS net 2023. They've asked Pong Dam where it is located in matching. They've asked, and Maskunda, Balimela, Hirakot, Odisha, Koyana, Maharashtra. Okay, Tawa, Madhya Pradesh. This is also important. MP. So that's all for today's class, and we will see what are the questions came in the previous year. See. Last time came like one matching will be there, and dam and reservoir they asked Tawa, Lower Bhavani, Balimala, Matatilla, and Moyurakhi. Okay. So just now I told Tawa is present in Madhya Pradesh, Balimala is present in Odisha. Okay. You see, here we will see Lower Bhavani. You see, Lower Bhavani is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Mettur Dam in Tamil Nadu. Okay. And Moyurakhi, okay, West Bengal, where it is, yes, Moyurakhi, you see, it is present in West Bengal. Okay, Moyurakhi, West Bengal. One more is Matatilla, where it is, okay. So obviously Matatilla will be in UP. Okay, so the solved is so this portion, okay, this I have collected from the Irrigation Agronomy book by SR Reddy. Okay, by SR Reddy I have collected. So that is the importance of the book. Okay, you see directly from one page only the one question has come, and it will be give you the 4 marks. Yes or no? So after this class you should go to that book and read the first chapter. First 2 chapter will be, you'll be reading the first 2 chapter, chapter 1 and chapter 2. Okay. One more question came last year from this question, like it is a statement based question, statement 1, statement 2. So statement 1 they have given like, according to the USDA estimates, the total amount of water on earth is 1400 billion cubic kilometer. Statement 2, this amount of water is enough to cover the earth with a layer of 300 meter depth. See, first is USDA, no, it is according to UN estimates. Yes or no? It is UN estimates. And this amount of water is enough to cover the earth with a layer of 300 meter depth. Yes, it is correct. Okay, so only statement 2 is correct and statement 1 is incorrect. Okay, so this is exactly came from the this line. Okay, sorry, 3,000 meter depth. Okay, so both the statements are wrong. Okay, so this line came from the same book. Okay, Irrigation Agronomy book. Okay, they are mostly putting the question from the Irrigation Agronomy book from the for all irrigation questions. Okay, and also there is a video in the YouTube. I have given that why should you read the Irrigation Agronomy book, because all the question I kept 15 to 16 question came from the irrigation, and I have given the proof from which portion the question has come from the Irrigation Agronomy book. Okay, That's it, I think. Okay, thank you. Any doubt you can ask me now.